Hey boys and girls, it's Miss K. Welcome to day 3 of our math lesson of more, less, and the same. Y'all have done a fantastic job the past few days. So let's remember our vocabulary before we get started, okay? We have same. Same means that you have the same amount. You have an equal amount or an equal quantity. More means that you have more of something, a greater amount or quantity. Less means you don't have that many. It's a small amount or a small quantity. Okay? Now, one thing today that I want to go over is that you don't need to confuse size with more and less. Okay? The reason why I say that is if I draw a box, like 2 boxes, 2 squares, okay? They're not quite the same size, but I still have 1 square here and 1 square here, okay? Now, I might put some stars in this box and some stars in this box. Now, are they the same size stars? No. I mean, I could even draw a 3rd box. Okay? Now, I have drawn the stars in different sizes. Just because something is drawn bigger does not mean it's more. Okay? I still have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I still have the same quantity. Okay? Now, even if they are in a row, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those are small. And then I could be like, now if you looked at them, you would say that this is more because it goes out further. That's not true. Just because it goes out further or they're drawn bigger does not mean that there's more of something or less of something. It looks like that, but there's not. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're the same. Okay? Just because something's trying to confuse you, like make it bigger or do the line out further, that's just somebody trying to throw you a little trick, okay? So don't fall for it. Always count them and make sure, okay? Don't assume. Don't just go, oh, that one goes out further, that one's more, okay? That is there to confuse you. Now, let's review a way that I taught you yesterday. I taught you to use a number line. A number line is a line of numbers that goes on and on and on, okay? So, I'm going to start with 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I told you that if the number was closer to 10, it is more or greater. Okay? If it's closer to 0, it is less. Okay? And if they are on the same number, that means the same. Okay? So, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that one's a little tricky. I got 3 and 4. Okay, well, 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. to 10, and 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers to 10. I know 3 is closer to 0, so I'm going to say 3 is less. And 4 is closer to 10, so 4 is more. They are not the same. Okay? All right. Let's do one more to make sure y'all got it. Okay. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you might could quickly say 9 is more because there are more dots, more circles, and 2. That's great if you can look at it and see it. If not, let's look at the number line, okay? 2 is right here. It's closer to 0, so it's going to be less. 9 is closer to 10, so it's going to be more. 9 is more than 2. 2 is less than 9. Okay? Y'all are doing awesome. Okay, now we have our 10 frame. Okay? A 10 frame will help you organize your quantities. Okay? Now remember, I have 2 10 frames. And I'm going to use yellow and red because that's going to help me organize my quantities. Keep them all nice and neat and concise, okay? So, I'm just going to put some quantities up on the 10 frame. Now, some of them are easy. You can quickly say, oh, the red is more, the yellow is less. I know they're not the same because they don't have the same amount or the same quantity. But do you know the number or the amount or what the quantity is called? Okay, so let's count them. If you cannot just supersize and say it quick, then you need to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 1, 2, 3. So I could say 7 is more than 3, or 3 is less than 7. Now that one's a little bit easier because there are more red. You're right, there are more. What about that one? Okay, I want you to look at the quantities. You could say, well, there's a top row there, and there's a top row there, and there's 2 here and 2 here. I think they're the same. Could say that. Well, if you're not sure, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the same as 7. They are the same quantity. All right, let's do one more. All right, you might could look at it. It might be easy peasy lemon squeezy, and you might could say, oh, there's more yellow than there are red. You were right, but you might need to know the number or the name of the amount of the quantity, okay? So let's count them to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you could say 9 is more than 5, or 5 is less than 9. I know that they are not the same quantity. They're not equal. Y'all are doing so good. All right. Now, Miss Kate also showed you that you could take away the 10 frames. And you might just have groups that look like this. Now you might could quickly say, oh, I think there's more red than there are yellow. That might work. You could match them up to see if they have a partner. and see which one is left over. And I like to do that because that organizes my quantities so I can be for sure if they're more, less, or the same. Okay? So I'm just going to match my quantities. At this point in time, I don't know what quantities I have. I'm just matching them to see. Oh, they all have a match with the red. So there's one left over, so I know that the red is more and the yellow is less. I do know that they don't all have a partner, so they're not the same. Now, let me count them to see what numbers are more and which ones are less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is more than 6, or 6 is less than 7. All right, let's try one more. All right. Now, we might have all the yellow. We might sort them and put all the yellow together and all the red. And I can quickly see that there are more yellow than there are red. But I want to make sure. I want to check myself. So I'm going to see if I have a partner. All right, those have partners and these don't. So that quickly tells me that the yellow is more and the red is less. Now I want to count, make sure I know the number, the right amount or the right quantity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is more than 5, or 5 is less than 8. Okay? Now, there was another way that we discussed, and that was using dominoes. And with dominoes, you need to try to subitize, where you see the number or see the amount, see the quantity, and say it quick. All right? 0, 5. 5 is more. That's right. Which one's less? 0. Okay? Now, I've got this one. Oh, I'm not quite sure, so I might have to count it. Oh, no, you're going to try to subitize? Great. All right. 4, 5. 5 is more because there's one in the middle. I know that. Try to let your eyes help you. Look close, but think quick. Okay? Oh, what about this one? 0 and 0. They're the same on both sides. 1, 3. 3 is more. 3 and 3, they're the same. 5 and 5, they're the same. They're equal. All right. 6, 3. 3 is less. See, I threw that one in on you. Okay, y'all have done fabulous. Give yourself a hand. Let's go over our vocabulary very quickly for today. Remember, less means you don't have that much of something. It's a small amount. If you don't like something, you probably want less of it. If you really like something, you probably want more of it. You have a greater amount or a greater quantity. Same means that you have the exact same amount. You're equal to somebody else or have the same amount as somebody else has. So if you're a really good friend, you might have the same amount of Fruit Loops as they have or the same amount of cookies as they have. But if you really like them more than your friend, you'll probably have more. Okay? And if you don't like them, you're probably going to have less. Y'all have done awesome, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow for another lesson of more, less, and the same.